Today we're going to play European War 3 Commander. This is a turn-based strategy game, and I've played the first two games installment, and I'm looking forward to playing this one. I've actually already played some of the content in this game. I've already played the Empire mode for some of these nations, so I know what to expect, and kind of know how to play this game already. Let's work on Germany today. Oh, one thing I do want to show is, unlike the previous two installments of this game, there's something called Commander in this game, and that's like a special bonus. So the Commander is something you can upgrade. So you upgrade by spending these metal points you can see in the lower left corner. You can spend it on upgrading the level of your Commander, and you can, in the game, buy the Commander bonus and place it onto one of your units. And this unit, essentially becomes a super unit, and you can see the extra stat bonuses that this Commander gives right here, and it's pretty sweet. It makes your unit into a really powerful fighting unit, especially after leveling up the bonus. And of course, the AI also gets this bonus. The AI can actually, I think I've seen the AI buy multiple Commander units, but I think the player can only buy one Commander unit per game. So let's get started here. Let's do Empire. Let's do the Germans. Germany. I feel like with Germany you're going to be fighting on two fronts, or maybe even three fronts, from the west, east, and south most of the time. And then you also have the British, who are always fighting the Germans historically, so they're going to be controlling the waters also. They're probably going to be the hardest of the group, whereas when you play as Britain, they get an island all to themselves, so it's going to be a lot harder for other nations to cross the English Channel, or even cross the ocean, to attack the British. And so if anything goes poorly in the campaign, you can always retreat back to your island. But with Germany, you don't really have the luxury, so if you're fighting a two-front war, then, you know, you could potentially see just a massive onslaught, you know, a reverse blitz into the German homeland. So I haven't tried playing this nation yet, so I'm curious about. And this game isn't really known for its balance. This game can be extremely unbalanced. There were campaigns where I've had to try multiple times to get a victory. Because of how unbalanced this can be, you know, where you have enemies with maybe 3 times, 4 times more territory than you, with more powerful forces than you from the get-go, and you're just falling behind more and more with every turn. So this isn't the most balanced game, but it's also pretty fun because it lets you just enjoy the strategy part of it. You know, it's fun figuring out how to succeed against really unbalanced opponents. So let's just get started. Okay. Okay, I'm just checking out the map right now. So It looks like Denmark is gonna be neutral. You could tell by the gray thing beneath the units. You can see my unit has a blue thing below the artillery, but for Denmark it has a gray thing. And for my enemy, Austria-Hungary, you can see the red icon. That means we're at war with each other. So, alrighty, let's get started here. Let's see. Okay, Berlin's nice. That's a major city. You can tell if you look on the upper left hand side, whenever I select a new territory, you can tell that there's a money icon and there's also a wrench icon. And so the money icon, these are just two resources. They don't really represent anything. But if you start buying units, for example, if you buy infantry, you can tell that the cost is going to be just the dollars, $75. Whereas if you buy something like the machine gunner, they're going to cost you 20 wrench. So the wrench just represents another resource. It doesn't really mean too much. So the reason why I'm looking for, if you look on the map, you can see like, okay, so for this one, you can see there's a circle there. That tells you that it's a more important territory than a territory that doesn't have a circle or anything else on it. So you can tell the resource difference here. So on this one, even though there's some improvements on there, the money is significantly more than this territory. So you have $17 for this territory, which is $3 for this territory, and that's just how many dollars, how much you're gonna get every turn. And when you have a capital, not only do you have a circle, you have a star in there. You can tell that you get a lot more stuff with the capital. And this is also another major city, so anything with a circle and a dot inside is more important than just a circle, and anything with a circle is going to be more important than an empty territory. So I'm just checking out the map, so I have a rough idea of what targets I'm going to hit. Well, I mean, if you look at the map, it looks like I'm actually as big, or maybe even bigger than Austria-Hungary, so it's gonna be a pretty easy fight. But in harder matches, you're gonna want to check out the map to figure out if you can use a fast unit to snatch up one of these important, but also maybe undefended or weakly defended territories. So that's what I usually do. And but for this one, looks like okay, I have some artillery here. I wonder if I have any tanks. I'm not sure if tanks are available right now. And if tanks were available, you need to research. You need to buy this and wait 3 turns to have access to tanks. So right now I don't have access. I'm not even sure if I really need to have access to tanks on this turn. Or in this match, rather. And I don't see their... Okay, so their general units, it's a artillery piece. So the good thing about artillery is it's pretty slow. It has only 1 movement point. So I can hopefully just bypass it. Because if it is entrenched, then it's going to be pretty hard to deal with. Alright. How important are these? This is pretty important. Can't let them have that. These are all pretty important. They get pretty solid domes. Yeah, these all... Okay, I'm gonna try to keep on to those. Okay, so what I like doing is, whenever there's a potential choke point, or if I'm just camped next to a really powerful unit, like this right here, you can see that this is a general unit with the big shining gold medal on top of the unit, and this is going to be a really powerful unit, and it's going to be hard to crack open this territory with this unit defending it. So what I'm hoping to do is fortifying this territory right here, and hopefully by using my strongest defensive units and by building a land fort which gives a bonus to defense, I'm hoping that by putting this here that they will attack this square and hopefully wear themselves out on the square. And if they don't, well, by having the square right here, I can buy more artillery pieces, and once I get enough strength, I can start shelling this city right here. That's the plan anyway. So, yeah, so I have this artillery no, that's theirs. Oops. I don't really want to get into any adjacent squares to this one, because I don't want their unit to shell me. I do want to get some... I do want to get some territories on this round. And I want to be able to go back to over here, where I can pick these territories up, just in case this one gives a big fight. This one's pretty entrenched, but maybe I just have to start attacking it. Alright. So close. That sucks. So this looks like my plan. I'm going to focus my forces from the south here and go all the way over here and focus on these important squares and just try and hold them off over here. Tempted to move this unit over here, but I think that he can shell me from here. And the thing about artillery pieces is that if they start shelling you, your units can't fight back, unless you also have an artillery piece. So I'm gonna move you over here. Alright, so I have $155 to spend. I think a good investment would be more forces so I can capture some squares. careful. Wow. And gone. Okay. Well, that's not a bad trade-off. I mean, I sacrificed one artillery piece, and I took out an infantry unit, which cost them $75, and my artillery piece is $125 with 40 wrench. So I also took down maybe 60% of, 40% of this guy's health, and I also took down 50% of this guy's health, so it's not bad. But unfortunately this guy took one of my territories, which wasn't defended very well. Let me see what else to move about this guy. Be over here, I'm gonna I'm just gonna attack this guy right here. No! Oh, I pressed the enter button. Oh no. That's not good. Oh, now he's shelling me. And then returning fire. That's not good. Oh, jeez, he took Berlin. Okay. Well, mistakes happen. Just gotta play through it. It's not too bad, actually. Alright, change of strategy. I'm just gonna go right through the front here. Because it looks like they're concentrating a lot of their forces down here, so it's gonna be hard to get through there. Okay, start. Uh-oh. Oh, I can't. Okay. So in order to place an artillery piece here, I have to buy this add-on to the territory. And, now I can buy artillery. And I'm gonna put attacks on them so they can attack better. Alright, let's see. Uh-oh. That's their good units. Okay, why not? Okay, not too bad. That was a pretty good round. This looks really good here. I think what I'll do here is I'm going to use a special thing here where I can heal my units. So what I'll do here is I'm going to put all my damage units over here. And I'm going to use this bonus right here. And this is going to heal my units. Okay. Then I'm going to do some attacks. I'm not a big fan of how fast this unit heals. It's gonna get challenging. Nice, that's pretty good. I can take this unit out right now. Deciding if I want to rush this territory right here. I'm not sure if there's any more units behind this one. I'm assuming there could be, but then again they haven't attacked me yet, so maybe I can take them out. I can maybe buy another artillery piece here and then bring my cavalry down, and then maybe that'll be enough. I'm not sure. Also, I can use this piece right here. Let me focus on taking these guys out first, and I can maybe take over this territory. It's not really that good. I'm not sure if that's worth overexposing myself, overextending myself. I'm gonna use this one right here. I think I probably need 2 units to kill this one. Oh, nice. Ooh, artillery. That's not good. Okay. Take this guy out. Yeah, maybe. Alright, let's try it. Nice. Wow. That was really good, actually. That was a good round. Nice. Good job. Okay. Is it worth it to buy artillery, or do I just rush it? I think it might be worth it to buy another artillery. Yeah. Probably cheaper on the long run. Okay. Not too bad. This is my healthiest unit. Okay, not too bad. And yeah. Oh, there we go. Oh, that's a nice territory right here. $25 and 5 wrenches per round. That's really good. So, thinking if I should. Yeah, sure. I'll regroup. I'm tempted to just take this piece right here, but I'm not sure if it's going to be worth it. Yeah, I don't think it's going to take that. Okay. I still don't think I need tanks, so maybe I'll just spend the money on units. Looks like I'm almost done here. If there's only one guy here, I think I can take him out. Yeah, I can do this. And And I can take this one right here. Put that So the good thing about machine gunners is they can attack twice against soft targets. And soft targets are infantry and cavalry. They can't attack twice against mechanical units like artillery and tank units. So I'm just gonna go ahead. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, that's pretty good. So the only person who can attack is this guy right here. I'm going to use this guy. Oh, he didn't do anything. Alright, whatever. Nice. Good job. Oh, I missed this. Okay, here we go. Victory!